Hello, today we'll be speaking to Narmala from India today. So, hi Narmala. Hi, what is it that inspired you to get into journalism?
Nothing really, because when I was in college, all I was sure about was that I didn't want to do anything boring. I didn't want to sit at a desk 9 to 5, I didn't want to work in a bank. I wanted to do something that I thought would be interesting, and writing was one of those things, and yeah, so I just ended up being a journalist. No real inspiration.
Okay. As a journalist, what is your typical day seem like?
It's a regular day. I leave quite early in the morning, and most of the days I end up working late. You have interviews to do, people to meet, press conferences to attend. There might be sudden stories to write. And once you've written the story, you have to file the copy, and then it comes back to you. You check facts. The design department will lay out the pages. The photo department will put in the pictures. All this has to be done as soon as possible, because I work in a weekly, which means we have about 2-3 days to get all this done. Then when the final page is done, it comes back to you. You have to check all your facts, everything that goes into it, because you're the person who's responsible for it. And then you clear the page, and then that's it. And then you have a next edit meet, more ideas. The same thing continues again.
What qualities would someone need who wants to venture into journalism?
I think you have to be a person who's very curious. You always have to ask questions. If somebody says this is the way it is, you must want to know why. Why is it this way? Why isn't it that way? Everything in life, I think you should have many questions. Why should be a very big part of your life. It should be the most used word in your vocabulary. Um, why are things like this? Why is he, she saying that? Um, that's pretty much it. You have to be very curious, you have to be questioning, and of course being a journalist also involves writing and speaking and everything, so you have to have a very good command over the language. Depends on what language you choose to work in, but you should be very good with the language.
Yeah, what are the qualifications needed to get into journalism?
At the moment, I think you need a postgraduate degree in journalism or English. And of course, if you decide to become a broadcast journalist, which is work in television, you need to train. So when you're in college, you can choose between print and broadcast. Print is okay if you're a good writer. Any company will give you a job. But broadcast, you also need to have a nice, pleasing personality. You need to be able to speak well. You need to be able to engage viewers. It's a lot more than just being a writer. So
What are the other options in this field?
You could become an editor. You could work on the desk, which means that you don't write copy, but you proofread, you clean up other people's copy, which means your English is exceptional. Um, then you can be a photojournalist. You can write content for websites, and there are thousands of those these days. You can write books. Most journalists sooner or later end up writing books. You can teach journalism or English or history. You can you can do anything that anybody else can do.
What would you say to people who want to venture into this field?
I'd say go for it. Because it's great fun, and two, it's probably the only profession where, at least in the beginning, you think, I'm going to do things that change the world. And the truth is that you can go with that belief for a very long time, because you will write a piece in Bangalore, it will be published, and it will come out in Ludhiana, Lucknow, places that you've never been to. Those people will call you and tell you that they read your piece and that it made a difference to their life, and that makes all the difference. So in the beginning, and why do I keep saying in the beginning? It also goes on for a very long time, but then you know realize there are many other things to the profession, not just people reading your stuff. But yes, if you think there are lots of people in this world who don't have a platform to air their views because they're neither famous nor rich, I think journalism is probably the only field that can give you that platform, and you can be that via media that helps in making this happen.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for being with us today.
Thanks, Aman.